So if just sharing my story, just part of it can even begin to change anybody's mind or, help them with wanting to get help. That's what it's all about, saving a life that way. It's all about planting that seed and allowing them to water it. It starts it. And for me, that's the whole purpose of me sharing my story. My name is Donavon, and my sobriety date is August the 12th of 2020. I had a really good childhood. Growing up, I had both my parents. My mom was always there. That's probably why I'm a mama's boy. My dad went to prison for a short time. We moved off after he got out, and everything from there was really good. My drug of choice was meth, just about anything really, but meth was the one that I started with. That was the one I always reverted back to. I'd have to say, the one thing I enjoyed about meth is it just kind of kept me, it kept all the feelings away. It kept me numb. I didn't have to worry about, feeling anything or having those emotions. So that was the one thing I enjoyed about it the most. My first experience using meth, I'd be lying if I said anything other than, it was very enjoyable. I loved doing it. The reason I did is because it kept all the emotions away. It kept me numb. I didn't have to worry about any type of trauma. I spent a lot of my time at the casino when I was homeless. It was crazy. I remember going in and just spending day in and day out there. Never been able to really explain any reason why I was there to anybody. I didn't have money. I just that's where I lived, so to be homeless, I didn't want to be outside. I didn't want to be under a bridge, so I took the next best thing, and that was the casino. I got free drinks and just walked around.
Did you win anything?
Never. Are you crazy? Never won anything. I think I spent more money in there, of not even my money, but just spent more money in there than anything. So I would punch out machines that had change on them, walk around and just, cash them out. If it had a penny on it or 25 cents, I would cash them out. And, sometimes it would help me keep going in there, and sometimes I'd just get completely frustrated, but it's kind of what kept me in there. The craziest thing I've experienced while I was using was about 3 years ago. I was involved in a carjacking. It was really early in the morning. I'd picked up a couple of guys. We went out to the lake. It was to do drugs, of course, to get high. On the way back, one of them kind of started really wigging out. Got hit in the face with brass knuckles, pulled from the front seat to the back, dislocated both of my shoulders. I had him pinned with the top of the truck, and when I looked out the window, I saw his buddy standing there with the tire iron. That's the moment when I just kind of gave up, sit back, and told them they could have the truck. I got kicked from the back seat of the truck out onto the ground, and I just remember walking up to a random house. They had a light on, and banging on the door with my foot. I couldn't raise my arms, but I didn't feel like I had a way out. It become, instead of a want to do and to, cover up emotions, to a necessity. Like, I felt like I needed it to survive. I had no other way of surviving. I knew I had to do something, or life was going to take over, and it probably wouldn't be for the positive. And it was a scary, scary time in my life. I was actually probably in the darkest corner that you could imagine, and I had no way out. I didn't see a light. I didn't have any hope. The struggle was there, and I had nobody that I felt like I could rely on to help get me out of it. Deep down, looking back on it, I can't blame anybody but myself. I had a lot of support. I had family support. I had all of it. I chose not to see it because I didn't want them to see me at my lowest. I chose not to see the love and feel the love because I didn't love myself. I didn't know who I was. I was doing things I never imagined I would do. I've heard once before that addiction is it's a when, not if. It's when you're going to do it. It's, I did some pretty low things. I stole from the people that mattered most to me, the people that had my back, the people that had never lost faith in me. I stole from those people. I used my mom's love against her, made her feel bad in order for her to help me get what I needed. And looking back, if I could go back and change it, I would in a heartbeat. And I knew I was going to have to make a change pretty quick. So even though I still struggled for about 3 years afterwards before I decided to get into treatment, the type of treatment that helped me recover was working really closely with my therapist and really digging into the underlying issues. Self was the ultimate problem. And so I have really had to figure out what I could do to fix those underlying issues and be able to overcome those. And then just working some 12-step programs and working really close with a sponsor. The thing I'm most proud of myself for is being able to put myself as priority, making my happiness the number one thing that matters. And doing that, it's really given me a motivation and drive to continue in the recovery. I know that my life is important, my happiness is important. Probably the biggest advice I can give to anybody out there still struggling would be, don't be afraid to reach out. When you get to the lowest of the low and you feel like there's no other option but death, I promise there's another option out there. For me, it was reaching out for 45 days to a man that I didn't even know, just to get into treatment out in California. I struggled for 45 days of staying in touch, but it's probably because of that one person. I didn't jump off the ledge. I didn't just end it all, and I pushed to keep going. Getting on the airplane to come out to California was terrifying. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I know there's hope. And for each and everybody out there that's still struggling with addiction, I can guarantee there's hope. The life experiences that you're going to gain when you start that recovery are going to be life-changing. You're going to find a happiness, a genuine, true, raw happiness and joy that nobody has ever been able to experience. For me, it's the joy that I have today is beyond words that I can explain. It's been amazing.